Alan, it's great to have you here with us at the Triathlon show. You're into the second year now of Challenge Henley, and I must say it does seem like a sort of a million miles away that we were all on a boat travelling down the river on the big media day that you had a few months out from the first race. How have things progressed? And just tell us a little bit also, firstly, how the race went.
Well, first year, it was a stressful year. It was, I think, organising a long distance race throws up challenges that just don't come up in the shorter distance stuff. And for us as a company, it was great. It was a real learning curve, and it was great to be part of the Challenge family and to deliver the first year of Challenge Henley. Second year, inevitably, you learn from the first year, and to be honest, it seems a lot easier because we've got a lot of the things in place that we did last time. We've got a lot of the support of the local area, athletes that raced, we've got great feedback, so we kind of got all that stuff in place, and it's nice now that we can just move on to the second year and really focus on getting the second year delivered successfully.
Well, you obviously had a great year, otherwise you wouldn't be back again, yeah. So that's a good thing. Talk to me about numbers. How many people entered last year?
Last year we had a total athletes between all the races of just short of 1,000 altogether. At the moment we're on about 700 mixed,
which is a lot better.
Yeah, better comparative to last year. The half's doing really well. We didn't launch that till quite late last year. It seems really popular. We're already 3 times more than we had on the start line for the half. So I think we're going to probably have, by the time it comes to race day, a fairly balanced half and long distance race come race day.
It's certainly an interesting course. It's a great swim, but I think the swimming itself is quite a challenge because a lot of the athletes are used to these kind of triangle out of the water, but this is a straight swim down the Thames, probably changed by the current, isn't it? So it's longer going out and shorter coming back.
No, it's the same.
Okay,
it's
right,
the same.
So 1.9 out, 1.9
yeah,
back.
literally. Yeah, it's about there's about 30 metres difference between the exit and the entrance. But yeah, it's literally straight down and straight back, and because you've got locks at each end, it kind of the flow of the water is pretty controlled, and so you've never got big currents to swim against. Yeah.
You've done lots of triathlons, and you do come from a swimming background. That is a tough swim, isn't it?
Well, not really. I think it's one of the easier ones because you've got limited currents. It's a protected area. I think the fact that it's on the Royal Regatta course, and the reason it's there is because it's very controllable. So the swim course is kind of it's a given. It's a good one.
I think I'm talking about my own experience.
Have you swum in there already?
No, I haven't. I'm thinking about sort of swimming 1.9 that way, 1.9 that way. It's kind of mentally it's a challenge, I think.
Well, it's similar to.
You don't have a break, do you?
Yeah, you see, I don't see that. It's similar to Roth, really, where you go down a canal, you come back again, and you do a little bit more, and you get out. And I did the relay in Roth last year, and it was for me it was one of the easiest swims I've ever done because literally you just swim in a straight line, and you got the bank on your side, so you don't have to think too much about your navigation. You didn't have to look up a great deal. So I thought it was pretty good. But are you going to swim this year?
Where?
Aren't you going to do a relay leg?
No.
Annie, I thought you were.
No, I'm not.
Could you make a note that Annie's doing the swim and the relay leg to see what it's like?
I'm
for sure.
a pool swimmer.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
been confined to the swimming pool.
So
now.
you'll love this. You'll love it.
Okay, I'll love it. Okay, we'll talk about that one later.
Talk about your bike and runner later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Yeah. The bike's talked about a lot because it's a real challenging course in the Chilterns, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know it could have been a lot more extreme, and I think people were expecting a lot worse than they got in terms of how tough it was. The first lap people went round, they were like, the feedback we had was, blimey, this is alright, this is not as tough as we thought. Of course, by the time we got to the third lap, they were thinking, yeah, I'm feeling it a bit now, because I think they pushed on a little bit on the second lap too much. But of course, the great thing about the bike course is it's on completely closed roads, so you've got that added safety for all those out there racing. Yeah, for the half and the full.
How on earth did you get the roads closed in this country? Because that's
it is. It's 2 years really. 2 years of work before the first year, and now it's just ensuring that we continue to develop and work with the local residents and make sure that we're literally delivering a safe course for the athletes and working with everybody involved.
Last year went pretty smoothly.
Yeah.
And the run course is 4 laps of 10k.
Yes.
Yeah.
So each lap you come back onto the into Phyllis Court, which is the finish and the sort of hub, if you like, and so you literally run past the finish line every lap, which is really nice. You get really excited, and then you've got to go again and do the same. And of course, when you cross the river, you're coming back round, and you're literally seeing all the finish line from across the river. So you kind of feel like you're pulled into that finish area quite a lot throughout the course of the run.
It really does sound as if the way the course is designed, that it's a really great spectator-friendly course, because you get an opportunity where on so many Ironman, you kind of, that's it, they've gone for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours on the bike, but here you're going to get an opportunity to see them come once, twice, and then back in the third time, and on the run you're going to see them 4 times. It
is, and the great thing about the bike course, it's kind of a V shape, so actually each lap you can see them 4 times, so you kind of, if you get yourself into the right position as a spectator, you can see them 10, 11, 12 times, which is perfect. And the same on the runner course. You can get yourself in the right place, you can see them going out, see them coming back on each lap, so you can get to see them 7 or 8 times as well, so that's great.
So for this year, you're sticking to exactly the same format as last year, the same course?
Yeah, all the same. All the same.
And in terms of numbers, you mentioned there's 700 people already registered.
Yeah.
What's your max?
We're hoping for 1,200 this year, and we're not sure the split between the two, so it might be a little bit less, it might be a little bit more. Depends on how many we get signed up for each, whether the half or the full. We might have to cap one sooner than the other.
And have you booked in sunshine this year?
Yeah. Do you know what? It was great on the race morning. It was a cold morning, and people thought the water was going to be really cold, but when they got in the water, they realised it was warmer. So until the heat got up, so it was nice to get in the water to warm up, I think, on race day.
What's the date this year then?
It's the 16th of September, Sunday. I look forward to seeing you in that swim, of course, on the relay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later.
And that's on the video, I think.
And where do you, I think it's obvious it's if you go to the Challenge website, but you've got your own site as well.
ChallengeHenley.com, all the stuff about the race is there, last year's results are there, all the stuff, all the info that you need is there, and obviously the important thing is how to sign up, it's all there.
Brilliant. Nothing more to talk about now other than my fees, obviously, that you're going to pay.
Yeah, which are going to be extensive, obviously. We look forward to that appearance fee, and you're bringing athletes with you, of course, that you coach, which is good.
Yeah.
Love that.
We're all going to be there.
And Bella Bayliss will be racing.
Yeah.
She'll be taking on Yvette Price, the current defending champion.
Okay.
Candice Hammond, the New Zealander, coming back. I can't remember, there's quite a few that's coming back to race again, which is nice.
So that's interesting, that's probably going to be, I don't know, we haven't really heard a lot about Bella yet since she's had
It'll be interesting how it pans out this year.
Yeah, I mean, they often talk about women coming back after they've had babies, being strong. She was a strong athlete already, so it could be interesting to see her race.
I think it'll be a really good race. And the men, we've got Stephen's coming back, Stephen Bayliss, and Scott Nairn has signed up as well, so that'll be a nice head-to-head.
So it's actually looking like a really interesting...
Yeah, and Aaron Farlow, of course, he's coming back as well. So, it's going to be a good men and women's race, I think, at the top end.
September the 16th.
That's the one.
Down on the Thames in Henley.
You're in the water. Love it.
Nice talking to you, Anna.
And you too.